Good morning, everybody. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the morning report. Uh, Today, we're going to dive straight into something that's pretty messy, Capitol Hill. And honestly, it looks less like the People's House and more like the season finale of the Jerry Springer show. Y'all remember Jerry Springer? I know, I know. Some people would love that, just love it. Because that, my friends, is a real problem. A number of years ago, Andrew Breitbart told me something that hit like a freight train. He told me politics is downstream from the culture. Man, are we seeing the downstream effect now? Okay, so here's what happened. The Plaskett and Mills measures, both of them basically designed to censor the other side's loudmouths. It failed. And it didn't fail because suddenly the representatives found their maturity. Now, not because anything actually got resolved, but because a tiny, freaking exhausted bipartisan group said, enough. Two dudes, a Representative Don Bacon, the Republican from Nebraska, and Representative Don Beyer, the Republican from Virginia, they stood up together and said, listen, we're not doing this middle school cafeteria fight anymore. No more. We're done with this. And that's the headline, and that's the headline that you're not going to hear. The reason these measures failed wasn't ideological. It was fatigue. A handful of grown people in the chamber are just tired of living on reality show set. Well, you don't believe me? Tell me that Jasmine Crockett and Marjorie Taylor Greene aren't real housewives of the House of Representatives. Tell me they're not. Hot mess. They introduced legislation to tighten House rules to make it harder to target individual members just because you want a day of headlines on social media. So, in other words, they're trying to stop the Springerification of Congress before someone else starts throwing chairs. And y'all know y'all couldn't wait until somebody threw a chair, right? You know, folks, it's not Congress that's turned into a circus. It's America. We're a culture that rewards the big outburst, not the big idea. We are a culture that binges drama and that pretends to be shocked when the politicians perform drama. We're a culture that says, oh, I can't stand those antics, while replaying the clip 47 times and sending it to a group chat and sharing it with everybody that we know. So Congress isn't misbehaving. Congress is advertising. They're giving the people what the people keep clicking on. So Breitbart was right. You want to fix politics? You must first fix the culture. And let's be real. If C-SPAN suddenly added theme music, a referee, and commercial breaks for DNA tests, ratings would shoot up 600%. You know it. We've become a country that cheers the chaos and then wonders why no one is governing. We don't incentivize seriousness. We don't reward quiet competence. We reward clips. Spicier the better. So Bacon and Beyer can try to slap a band-aid on it. I respect them for trying. But rule changes don't fix culture. Rule changes just delay the next brawl. If you create a culture that wants a circus, Folks, don't be surprised when your political institutions fill it with clowns. And that's the part that most commentators won't say, but I will. This entire mess tells us three things. The incentives are broken. If challenged behavior gets more attention than thoughtful governance, guess what you're going to get? More childish behavior. Number two, Congress reflects the nation's appetite, not its ideals. The culture's craving for conflict is shaping the way members behave. Number three, bipartisan insanity is now considered bold. When two members working together to restore decorum becomes headline news, that's a sign of decay, not health. The house isn't broken, culture is. Congress is just a mirror. And right now, the reflection ain't so flattering. That, you know, so what's the way out? Not more rules, not more censure votes, not more symbolic political temper tantrums. No, the way out is the culture. We must first stop rewarding the circus. Stop rewarding or sharing the chaos. Stop sharing the fight. Start rewarding the courage. Start supporting the serious. Start promoting the fix. So when America starts valuing leadership again, Congress will discover it overnight because politics is downstream from culture. Let me say it one more time. Politics is downstream from culture. And culture is downstream from what we are choosing to tolerate. Again, so the next time you see one of those, another, did you hear what so and so said on the House floor clip? Ask yourself this. Did they do it because they believe it? Or because they knew that you'd watch? And that's the part that Bacon and Byer are trying to change. Not because Congress suddenly became mature, no, but because they are terrified of where this cultural river is actually flowing. If we want a serious Congress, we are going to have to become a serious culture. That, my friends, is the truth. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report. If we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye bye now.